Hey Sigmas! Welcome back to the Sigma Zone, where we dive deep into the mindset that makes you different. And I mean seriously different. Today, we're putting you to the test. Are you a Sigma male without even knowing it? It's time to take the 10-question Sigma test and find out where you truly stand. Now don't panic. This isn't one of those boring personality tests, I promise. We're about to have a little fun while we figure out if you've got that Sigma mindset, even if you never knew it. Let's be real. You might have been a Sigma this whole time, while everyone else was trying to label you something else. So, grab a drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. You might just learn a thing or two about yourself. All right, Sigmas, here's the first test. How much do you value independence? Are you the type of person who relishes the freedom of making your own decisions, setting your own schedule, and living life on your own terms? If so, then you might be more of a Sigma than you realize. Independence is a key trait of Sigma males. It's not about being a loner or shunning society, but rather about valuing the freedom to carve out your own path in life. It's about marching to the beat of your own drum and not being swayed by the expectations or rules of others. Imagine this. It's a regular weekday. While others are clocking into their 9-to-5s, you're setting your own agenda. Maybe you're working on a passion project, or maybe you're just taking some time to enjoy a good book. The point is, you're not tied to someone else's schedule. Or picture this. You're at a social gathering, and everyone is talking about the latest viral trend or celebrity gossip. But you're not really interested. Not because you're antisocial, but because you value deeper, more meaningful conversations. You're not afraid to break away from the crowd and pursue your own interests. And it's not just about physical independence, but mental independence too. You don't just follow the crowd or accept things at face value. You question, you analyze, you form your own opinions. Your mind is your own, and no one else can control it. So, if you find yourself nodding along, if this all sounds eerily familiar, then congratulations, you might just be a Sigma male. You value your independence above all else, and that's something to be proud of. So, hold on to that independence. Cherish it, because it's a vital part of who you are. If you're nodding along right now, congratulations, you're checking off the first sign. Next up, are you constantly chasing validation from others? Hold that thought. If you truly resonate with the Sigma spirit, you'd already know that the answer is a firm no. You see, Sigmas don't find themselves in a relentless pursuit of applause or social media likes to feel good about their existence. In fact, the mere thought of approval from anyone else probably makes your skin crawl, doesn't it? Picture this. You're at an event. You walk in, do your thing, and exit without causing a stir. You don't feel the need to be the center of attention, to have all eyes on you. You don't need the blinding spotlight, because you know your worth isn't defined by what others perceive of you. You move quietly, confident in the decisions you've made. When you achieve something, the internal satisfaction is more than enough. It's like a silent celebration within yourself, almost as if you're quietly whispering, "Well done, me." You might even find yourself wondering, why is everyone so fixated on other people's opinions anyway? This is the defining line where the Sigma male stands apart. You don't let societal norms or expectations dictate your worth. You understand that validation should come from within, not from the outside world. You're not driven by the need for others' approval, but by your own standards and principles. You see, being a Sigma is not about being indifferent or aloof. It's about being self-assured and secure in your own skin. You know your worth, and you don't need anyone else to confirm it. You draw your power from within, which gives you an air of quiet confidence that is often misunderstood for arrogance. To sum it up, as a Sigma, you're like a lone wolf, comfortable in your solitude, not seeking validation, but quietly achieving your goals and setting your own path. If that sounds like you, give yourself a mental fist bump, because you, my friend, have just passed test number 2. All right, let's move on to the next point, social circles. Now don't get it twisted. Sigma males aren't hermits living in a cave, far from it. They can be social butterflies when they choose to be. But here's the catch. They're incredibly selective about the company they keep. You see, Sigmas understand the value of their energy and time. They're not about to waste it in meaningless chatter or shallow relationships. Instead, they prefer to keep their circles small, intimate, and meaningful. You might find a Sigma male at a party, but he's not there to win the popularity contest. More likely, he's there because he genuinely enjoys the company of the few people present. Imagine this. You walk into a room full of people. Some are acquaintances, some are strangers, and there are a few close friends. Now, where are you drawn? If you're a Sigma, you're probably gravitating towards those few close friends, the ones who truly understand and appreciate you. You're not interested in small talk with the acquaintance who can't remember your name, or trying to impress the stranger who's barely glanced your way. No, you're there for meaningful conversations, genuine laughter, and real connections. This isn't about being aloof or standoffish. It's about understanding that your time and energy are precious, and they deserve to be spent with people who respect and value them. It's about choosing quality over quantity, depth over surface-level interactions. You'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies, right? And let's be honest, there's something incredibly liberating about being able to walk away from situations and people that don't serve you. It means you're not bound by social expectations or the need to fit in. You're free to choose who gets a seat at your table. If you've ever felt like this, then you might just be ticking off another Sigma box. Test 4 coming up. Are you a keen observer? Sigma males are often the ones quietly watching the world go by, picking up on the smallest details that others may overlook. They're the ones who can read a room in a single glance, noticing the subtle shift in someone's demeanor, or the way a conversation takes a turn before anyone else does. Imagine this. You're at a party, standing off to the side, observing. You see the nervous flicker of a guy's eyes as he tries to impress his date. You pick up on the tension between 2 friends before they even open their mouths to argue. You notice the way the host nervously glances at the clock, eager for the evening to end. It's like you've got this superpower where you can see the underlying dynamics that others miss. But it's not just about people. You're also the one who notices the new painting on the wall, the book that someone left on the table, the change in the weather. You notice the world in a way that others don't. You see the beauty in the details, the stories in the mundane, the patterns in the chaos. Being highly observant allows you to understand people and situations at a deeper level. You're not just going through the motions. You're constantly analyzing and learning from your surroundings. And it's not because you're trying to manipulate or control situations. Far from it. It's because you're genuinely interested in understanding the world around you. This attention to detail, this ability to observe and analyze, is a trademark of the Sigma male. You don't just exist in the world, you seek to understand it. So if you find yourself nodding along, picking up on the subtle cues in this script, well, you might just be more Sigma than you thought. Next on the list, problem solving. Are you the one friends turn to for solutions? If you're nodding, you might just be a Sigma. Sigmas have a knack for spotting problems and finding solutions. They don't just see the world, they observe it. They notice details that others might miss. And they use this information to solve problems that others can't even see. Now, it's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most observant, the most analytical, You might not always have the right answer on the tip of your tongue, but give a Sigma some time, and they'll come up with a solution that no one else thought of. And it's not just about solving problems for others. Sigmas are their own best problem solvers. When faced with a challenge, they don't look for someone else to fix it. They fix it themselves. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a complicated work project, or a personal dilemma, a Sigma sees it as a puzzle to be solved. They don't shy away from challenges. They embrace them. They see each problem as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to prove to themselves that they can do it. And this isn't about ego or showing off. It's about self-reliance, about knowing that they have the skills and the mindset to handle whatever life throws at them. And here's a secret about Sigmas. They love the satisfaction that comes from solving a problem. It's not about the praise or the recognition, though those can be nice. It's about the feeling of accomplishment, of knowing that they faced a challenge and overcame it. So, are you the one who solves problems, who sees challenges as opportunities, who doesn't depend on others to fix things? If that's you, then you're definitely showing signs of being a Sigma. Test number 6. How do you feel about silence? This might seem like an odd question, but believe me, it's a crucial one. In our world that's constantly buzzing with noise, silence can feel like an alien concept. We're surrounded by a never-ending stream of chatter, music, notifications, and that's not even counting the noise in our own heads. But here's the thing. Sigma males, they're not afraid of silence. In fact, they often seek it out. They're the kind of people who can sit in a room, not say a word, and be perfectly content. They don't feel the need to fill every moment with conversation, to keep up a constant stream of chatter, just to avoid that dreaded awkward silence. Sigma males see the value in silence. They understand that in silence, there's space for reflection, for introspection, for creativity. It's in those quiet moments that they can truly connect with their thoughts, analyze their feelings, and make sense of the world around them. Sigma males understand that when they do speak, it's because they have something meaningful to say. They're not interested in small talk or idle chatter. They prefer deep, thoughtful conversations that stimulate their minds and challenge their perspectives. Their words carry weight because they choose them carefully. They speak when they have something of substance to add, not just to fill the silence. So, how about you? Do you feel comfortable in silence? Or do you feel the need to fill it with words, with noise? Are you content in your own company, with your own thoughts? Or do you crave the constant stimulation of conversation and noise? If you're comfortable in the silence, then you might just be a Sigma. Test number 7. Are you self-driven? Do you find that you're the one pushing yourself forward, even when no one else is watching or cheering you on? Here's the thing. Sigma males are usually self-driven. They don't need a crowd of cheerleaders or a pat on the back to get things done. They're not waiting for someone else to light the fire under them. No, they're the ones striking the match. Now, this doesn't mean they don't appreciate support or encouragement, but they don't rely on it. They don't need it to fuel their ambition or determination. They're like a car with a full tank of gas, ready to hit the road at any moment. The destination? Their goals, the driver, themselves. They don't need a co-pilot. They're perfectly capable of steering their own course. And this self-drive isn't just about work or career goals. It's about personal growth too. They're the ones picking up new books to read, exploring new hobbies, learning new skills. All because they're driven by this inner desire to improve and evolve. They're not doing it for show or to impress anyone. They're doing it for themselves. This drive comes from a place of self-confidence and self-assurance. They know their worth, and they're not afraid to work for what they want. They're not waiting for opportunities to come knocking. They're out there, creating their own opportunities. They're not waiting for the perfect moment. They're making every moment count. If you find yourself working towards your goals without needing anyone else to push you, if you're constantly seeking ways to grow and improve, if you're not afraid to take the wheel and drive your own life, then you might just be a Sigma male. If you're nodding along, then you're showing another key Sigma trait. Test number 8. Are you a non-conformist? Now, don't mistake this for rebellion just for the sake of it. That's not what being a non-conformist is about. It's about living life on your own terms, not the terms dictated by society, friends, or even family. Think about it. How often do you find yourself going against the grain, not because you're trying to be difficult, but simply because you believe there's a different, maybe even better way to do things? That's the Sigma male way. You see, Sigmas aren't just rebels, they're pioneers. They're the ones who aren't afraid to look at the status quo and say, I think we can do better. They're the ones who aren't afraid to step off the beaten path and blaze their own trail. They're the ones who aren't afraid to stand alone, if standing alone means standing for what they believe in. And it's not about being different for the sake of being different. It's about being true to yourself, no matter what. It's about staying authentic, staying genuine, staying you, even when the world is trying to mold you into something else. Remember, a Sigma male isn't defined by the number of friends they have, the car they drive, or the clothes they wear. They're defined by their actions, their beliefs, and their unwavering commitment to living life on their own terms. So, ask yourself, are you comfortable being the odd one out if it means being true to yourself? Do you prefer going your own way, even if it's not the popular choice? Are you more interested in creating your own path than following the one that's been laid out for you? If you resonate with this, then you're definitely showing signs of being a Sigma. Test number 9. Are you self-sufficient? Now, this isn't about living in the wilderness with only a pocket knife, but rather, it's about emotional and intellectual self-reliance. You see, Sigma males are usually self-sufficient. They don't rely on others for their needs or wants. Do you find yourself solving your own problems instead of asking for help? Are you comfortable being alone and can manage your own company? Can you make decisions independently without needing validation or approval from others? If you answered yes to all these questions, then you're on the right track. Let's dig a bit deeper. Think about those times when you faced challenges or obstacles. Did you turn to others to solve them for you? Or did you buckle down, gather your resources, and figure out a solution on your own? If it's the latter, then you're definitely resonating with the Sigma mindset. You see, being self-sufficient isn't just about being able to do things alone. It's about having the confidence to trust in your own abilities and judgment. It's about knowing that you have the strength and the capability to handle whatever life throws at you. And it's about understanding that you don't need to depend on others for your happiness or success. And here's the thing. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean you're a lone wolf or that you shun all forms of help. It simply means that you know you have the ability to stand on your own 2 feet, and you're not afraid to do so. You're comfortable in your own skin, and you don't need anyone else to validate your worth. You understand that true power comes from within, and you don't need to rely on others to feel strong or capable. You've got this, all on your own. That's the Sigma way. If this is you, then you're definitely ticking off another Sigma box. And finally, test number 10. Are you mysterious? Now, this doesn't mean you're skulking around in a cloak, whispering secrets into the night. No, no, no. The Sigma male's mystery comes from a different place. You see, Sigmas, you have this aura about you. People can't quite put their finger on it, but you're intriguing. You draw them in without even trying. And it's not because you're doing anything particularly extraordinary. You're just being you. Independent, non-conformist, a bit of a rebel. You don't feel the need to broadcast your entire life to the world. Your actions speak louder than words. You are reserved, not because you have something to hide, but because you value your privacy. You choose who you let into your world carefully, and you choose what you share even more judiciously. And it's not just about being secretive, it's about having depth. You have layers that people need to peel back to understand. You're not an open book, and that's okay. It's not about being aloof or distant. It's about understanding that not everyone needs to know everything about you. Your mysterious nature comes from your ability to keep your own counsel, to exist outside the norm, to make your own rules. You don't fit into neat little boxes, and that's what makes you fascinating. You're a puzzle that people want to solve, a riddle that keeps them guessing. You might find that people are drawn to your enigmatic nature, and that's okay. Just remember, you're not mysterious for their sake. It's just who you are. You're simply being true to your Sigma nature, walking your own path, and living life on your own terms. If this sounds like you, then you might just be a Sigma. You are not just a mystery to be solved, but an enigma that invites others to delve deeper, to question, and to understand. You are a Sigma, and that, my friend, is a beautiful thing. And there it is, the 10-question Sigma test. We've journeyed through the key traits that define Sigma males: valuing independence, not seeking validation, being selective in social circles, being highly observant and a problem solver. We also explored how a true Sigma is comfortable with silence, self-driven, non-conformist, self-sufficient, and often perceived as mysterious. These characteristics aren't about fitting into a predefined mold, but rather, they're about understanding who you are at your core. Each trait is a reflection of a mindset that embraces individuality, values personal growth, and isn't afraid to go against the grain. So, it's time to reflect and ask yourself, did these traits resonate with you? Could it be that you've been a Sigma all along, navigating life with a unique perspective, all while society was trying to label you something else? Remember, being a Sigma isn't about fitting into a box. It's about understanding yourself better. So, how did you do? Are you a Sigma without even knowing it?